Happy New Year to each and every single one of you. To those who want to dominate this year, this is definitely something I've been working on. And with that said, I know I could genuinely charge for this. However, consider this like a New Year's gift from me to you. Let's jump straight to it. So grab out your pens and your notes because sauce is about to be dropped. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining how I went from unconfident right here to unstoppable in 120 days by maximizing my looks and physique without relying on discipline. All right, so before I implemented the system, I felt genuinely lost in life. I had no sense of direction, and I felt like I was genuinely depressed because I would just stay in my room. I would not want to see anybody. My mental health was in shambles. I hated who I saw in the mirror every single time I woke up. And fortunately, yes, I didn't make a mistake. Fortunately, I got heartbroken by a girl at the time, and I felt like life just wanted to do me dirty because I was also losing my hair, as you can see right here in this picture. So every single thing I would say was against me. And so what I would do was I would try and escape reality by masturbating. And masturbating also compounded to me also skipping the gym. I was skipping the gym. Everything was just cooking my confidence, if I'm going to be honest. After I implemented the system, I knew how to transform my body. Like for the very first time in forever, I looked like the guys who I saw on my Instagram feed, on my TikTok feed. And that feeling of transforming my body just spilled over into every single thing in my life. For the very first time, I felt like I had a sense of purpose. Fixing my body allowed me to it just gave me one kind of self-love. I just poured so much into myself. And that's really when your boy had a little bit of a glow up. So as you can see here, my big head, big nose, big everything. And everything's a little bit chiseled now. My smile and everything. And the glow up I had also changed my dating life forever. I was able to show up for the man I knew I could be and start keeping promises to myself. And that's definitely something I hope every single one of you are going to leave this video with the ability to keep promises to yourself because that's what genuinely raises confidence. Okay, so who's this for? If you're looking to transform your physical appearance first by getting a sexy physique and maximizing your sex appeal, this is for you. If you need to prove people wrong who doubted you, who overlooked you, and made you feel insignificant, this program is for you. If you feel tired of slipping back into the same useless habits every time your willpower fails you, this is also for you. If you feel like you're done and you're tired of waking up feeling lost and unhappy just like I was, and knowing deep down that you can have more in life, this is also for you. If you're ready to take a leap of faith, every time I say this leap of faith, I remember Spider-Man into the Spideyverse where they just said like take a leap of faith. If you're ready to take that leap of faith and show up for yourself and create your reality, this is for you. So who is this not for? If you're not ready to hold your nuts, look yourself dead in the eye and be honest with yourself that you don't like the life you're currently living, but you prefer to make excuses, you can leave because this is not for you. If you're not ready to sacrifice the now for the long-term success and take the daily significant action that most average men won't, this is not for you. If you don't have a fire burning in your soul to run towards the life you desire every single day, like there is a gun pointed to your head, this is also not for you. If you're not ready to dream bigger, to see past your limiting beliefs, to demand from life what you want, this is not for you as well. If you're not ready to take risk, bet on yourself, make that leap of faith that I was talking about, and invest into your future, this is also not for you. If you fit into any of these things or these categories, this is not for you. Here's the truth about making real progress fast, and no one will tell you. Now, most men will chase results, and while chasing the results, they'll feel frustrated when the change doesn't come as expected. However, the men who actually level up quickly, they don't obsess over the outcomes. They focus on the inputs they can control every single day. And when you lock in the right daily actions, the results always will come. They always take care of themselves. So real progress doesn't come from you forcing discipline, as I said earlier. However, real progress comes from building an environment that supports you, where discipline is easier, your motivation is reinforced, and falling off is pretty much impossible. You don't need to feel perfect. You don't need to feel fired up every single day. What you do need is this one thing. You need structure. You need standards. You need non-negotiables that will keep you moving forward, even on your low days. And honestly, that's how the glow up happens. That's how the confidence compounds. That's how men become successful faster than they ever thought was possible. The issue is that most men are genuinely clueless. They don't have a structure, they don't have a system that's guaranteed to actually create the outcome, to create the life or the reality that they want. Thankfully, I got you. So you don't need to worry because I won't let that happen to you. I believe that you can have it all. Like, I believe you can be Thanos with every single Infinity Stone. You don't need to be jacked and broke or rich and fat. You can have every single thing. You can tick every single box. And if you're here, I'm 1,000% positive that you have what it takes to become a great man in every single area of your life. I mean, every facet of life. Now, if you want to separate yourself from the pack, you definitely need to listen up, as I'll be showing you exactly how I implemented training that builds lean muscle and sheds fat while fitting it into a busy schedule. There was a time period where I was genuinely going to the gym. I was having uni. I was having also a 9 to 5. So if you speak on busy schedule, I'm going to show you a system on how to create that sexy physique. I'm also going to be showing you how I attract baddies without chasing or sacrificing my purpose and staying on grind. I'm also going to show you how I built an unshakable belief system and created and sculpted the reality that I've always believed I wanted. Finally, I'm going to teach you how to use motivation and make the hard task easy without always having to rely on discipline that every single person is always speaking on. Now, in case you actually don't know who the heck this guy is, here's a brief backstory on how I actually got here. So 2023 was a very dark period in my life. Like, I was broke because I had generally just paid like 3 months of rent, and I literally had to like rely on my friends actually pay for almost pretty much everything. I was also heartbroken. That's what I was talking about. Fortunately, it was painful as heck because not only did I not have money, the girl that I actually went at the time also left my ass. So I was just like, life was life. So what I would do is I would watch porn. I would trying to escape my reality. I pretty much knew every single site that there existed. Was it Pornhub? Was it XX video? Was it XNXX videos? Every single site that existed. And one thing I used to do is I don't like watching physical porn. So like people, I would watch animations instead. And within that time period, I'm sure like I was so busting my nuts that I was also losing my hair as well. And I was also skipping the gym. Me losing my hair, I think I was most likely unconfident to also show myself even in the gym. So I was skipping the gym. I was insecure. Obviously, someone who was broke, heartbroken, watching porn and skipping the gym, I don't think you'd be able to actually look yourself dead in the eye and actually look at that person and have love for that person. Like I did not like myself in any way, shape, or form. I was isolated. Like if you can see in this picture, like this one right here. I would literally wait, let me see if I got like a pen. This picture right here. I would literally be in my room, just isolated, separating myself from every single person. During the time period that I was struggling through every single thing in 2023, that was the darkest period of my life where life genuinely felt like it opened my ass and it was giving it to me. I felt like I was just losing it all. I thankfully was able to create Project Great. And this is a system I built through my own trial and error by making success my duty and my obligation instead of an option. Now I've decided to break it down for you for free. So pay attention because hey, your boy's about to drop sauce. As you can see, obviously the transformation also speak for itself. Like this is how I used to look, and this is my physique currently. In the following steps, I'll show you the exact process from A to Z, what I did to accomplish every single result, the glow up, the confidence boost, the transforming your life and creating the reality, using Project Great to make the most personal and greatest comeback of your life. Genuinely speaking, 2026, if you've been saying it's your year, it is your year. And this system will show you how to do that. All right, so Project Great explained. So this is a 4 step strategy I used to change my life forever. So the first thing I would say is having clarity. I believe that clarity breeds results. So with that said, you need to understand the exact identity you're trying to get away from. Also, the new identity you're trying to build towards. The next stuff would then be in Project Great would be creating momentum. Now, with creating momentum, you're going to be creating a mental environment where the hard things are easy. This will involve not only relying on discipline and motivation, because using discipline and motivation, I believe, is not enough. You need both of them. That's how you create momentum. And using the momentum, you're going to create your reality. Oh, God, I know therefore looks maxing. I know every single one of you wants the baddies. Every single one of you want to be able to look yourself in the mirror, have that six pack, be confident as heck. So with that said, I'm going to be showing you the glow up guide, how I implemented a training and nutrition method to max out sex appeal, building an aesthetic V taper physique, blasting our sex appeal and our physical appearance through the roof. And finally, I'm also going to be explaining how you can have daily imputes, activating a system of high leverage non negotiables that provide a daily routine to elevate your life, your finances, your status, while tracking progress on a week to week basis. This for me had to be like the highlight of 2025 daily imputes. Now, let me show you how I optimize every stage of this Project Great framework to get the outcomes I desired and have you get the same results you know you deserve. Now, the first point, as I said, is having clarity. Clarity breeds results. All right. Now, with that said, you need to understand these two things, a villain and a hero. So, the villain is every single thing you're trying to run away from. So, this right here is the great as the villain. So, I was addicted to porn. I'm unhappy with my income. I have my parents still working. Skipping the gym, as I said earlier, having rubbish eating habits, having a nonsense dating life. And obviously, this guy don't look confident. You can see, like, I'm not even looking into the camera. So that already explains what it is. Now, you don't understand that this is the villain, this is the villain, and this is the hero. This is where who you want to run towards every single day. A man of God. Someone who is proud of his income. Someone who has retired his parents. Have both my mom and have both my mom and my dad not working. 8 to 10 body fat percentage equals obviously a sexy body, confident. You can see this guy was looking into the camera. I'm not shy. And that was very, very far from me. Obviously, there's a very big contrast between this person and this person. Now, well respected. I feel like there is nothing a man deserves more and wants more than respect. Being a man of status. And finally, having an abundant quality dating options. The abundance of bodies, as I said earlier. Another component of this great framework is creating the momentum. As I said, discipline and motivation is not enough. You need both. Now, how I did this was creating a mental environment. My mental environment has a list of hate and a list of love. It was used to push myself mentally to create the life that I want. How? By converting my pain, every single pain that I had, converting every single one of them into power. So the list of hate is if you don't succeed, every single person that you don't like in your life or that's done you dirty in the past, they will write about you. So maybe it was, I can't go into depth. Mine is very, very comprehensive and has names, but I'm gonna give you like a template. So maybe it's someone who made you feel like you weren't good enough. And maybe it was a job that fired you. And maybe it was a girl who left you for another guy. As I said, maybe it was a job who fired you. And if this job who fired you, if you genuinely don't succeed in life, they will write about you. The job who let you go, they had a very good reason to let you go. Maybe it was a girl or a family member who put you in the darkest time of your life. Maybe there is this particular person who didn't believe in you and you want to prove them right. This list, you read this list every single day and you feel that pain. You remind yourself every single person who never wanted you to succeed. And I can't lie, that pain, you then pour it into power. Now, obviously, there's a list of hate. You have to balance it out. So that's where the list of love comes into. So now on the list of love, we have every single way your life will be better when you prove the people wrong. Now you're a man of God, as we said earlier. You put God first. You're a man of abundance, a man who can provide for his family, a man who can provide for his friends. You make those, I always write this, I make those in Nigeria proud. I work for myself. I'm not working on a job, I'm working on my purpose. I have a personal brand on YouTube, just as I'm doing right now. I'm good looking. Obviously, this and this, there's a contrast. I'm a leader of men. You're a true leader of men. And I'm in the best shape of my life and I'm not addicted to porn. This is creating the mental environment that you need to succeed in 2026. You also have the glow up guide. Let's dive in. The glow up guide is going to be the superset approach. This is pretty much, obviously, I understand that you want to be rich and you also want to be jacked as well. So with that said, there is a superset approach. This is usually what I would use, or this was a system that I used especially when I told you that like I had a job, I had uni, I had also I was trying to build a personal brand at the time. I had so much going on. So the superset approach was definitely something I implemented to max out my physique. The nutrition framework, understanding how macros would contribute to structuring how you look. The sex appeal maxing. It's not enough for you to just max out your body. You also have to max out your face for you to start attracting the bodies that you said you want. Personal grooming hacks. This is definitely something that I did not know. I never even knew that you were, as a man, supposed to even take care of yourself. You can see me in these few pictures. Like, I did not do any form of self-grooming. I did not try and take care of my haircuts and stuff like that. And we have the fashion framework. Obviously, it's not enough for you to just start improving your body, improving your face. Your style is also something that has to elevate and improve as well. And finally, digital presentation. Online is a place where every single thing is moving towards, especially in 2026. So having that digital presentation where you present yourself as a confident, as a man of high value and high status. My favorite, my personal favorite, daily imputes. Now, daily imputes, this is pretty much the lifestyle. This is creating a daily routine. I'm so heavy on New Year's resolution is rubbish, simply because if your day does not reflect the person who you want to become, you pretty much have lost it. So every single day you wake up, every single thing that you want has to be implemented in a routine. We are rabbits of habits. That's pretty much what I said in 2025 when I was with my friend. Now, you also need a non-negotiable to-do list. As I said, like there's a gun pointed to your head. This to-do list, it doesn't matter if there is COVID-20. It doesn't matter if there's COVID-2026. It doesn't matter if anything that's going on. The to-do list has to get done regardless of how you feel. Deep work. This is definitely something that's going to move your life and your purpose forward. Implement daily reading. How you can implement the reading to stay motivated, to create a mental environment. And it's not enough for you to just do every single thing. You also need to track. Because my coach always says this, you have a flawed perception of the work you're putting in. So you need to track every single metric so you're not doing any guesswork. How I implemented these things was through a daily calendar. Usually I'll use a to-do list, the power list. This was definitely something my mentor taught me. And obviously you need to know how to do deep work where you block out the noise and you cut out every single distraction and you focus on the non-negotiable high leverage task. The Party Great was designed to help you become rare in the 6 C's. So what are these 6 C's? We have church, character, charisma, cash, and clout. The first one is church. You want to be a man who commits every single thing to a source. You want to be a man who puts God first above every single thing. A man of character. You want to be someone who stays true to the core values. You want to be someone who then has integrity. A man who has charisma. You have mastered verbal and non-verbal communication. Definitely, we also have cut. You have to be looking good. You have to be jacked and ripped. You get what I'm saying? Obviously, we cannot leave cash behind. So one with financial freedom and security that's funded by a God-given purpose. It's not enough. We don't want to only be working a job. We want to be able to create the life that we want and have that financial freedom through what God has given to us. And finally, we have clout. A man who is well-respected, well-connected, because he provides value. I've broken down the system that took me from this unconfident guy to this, and pretty much I have now an offer for you. If you're someone who is fully committed to making success your must, to making success a duty and an obligation, that you believe in your mind that if it is to be, it is up to me, this is for you. If you are tired of falling back into the same shameful habits like watching porn, being your D, and you're done disappointing and disrespecting yourself, this is also for you. If you're in a position where you want speed, my mentor always says this. He says you can pretty much go to a library and you can study for maybe 10 to 15, I'll even say 15 to 20 years. You can study on how to become a medical doctor, or you can go to the university and learn how to become a medical doctor in 7 years. So if you want speed and you also need a proven system that works, not something that ChatGPT says. You want a proven system that would guarantee the results, just as you can see in the transformation. It's going to guarantee results. And you are ready to ditch the life that you have for the one you deserve to have. My friend always says this. He says you have to demand from life what you want. If you're also ready to invest into your future and you refuse to let the years go by enough and have regrets, you don't want to be 80, you don't want to be 70 on your deathbed and regret that probably I should have gone harder in my 20s. Probably I should have gone harder when I was younger. Now, if you're also ready to prove every single person wrong who has slept on your potential, this is for you. If you fit into any of these descriptions and you want to transform yourself from unmotivated and unconfident to unstoppable and unrecognizable all in 120 days, you should book a call with the link in the description and I will definitely work with you. I am confident. I can bet on my balls that the system that I've built here is going to guarantee you the results. And for those who are ready to work, you can hit me up with the link and book a call. I would love to hear from you. With that said, peace, ladies and gentlemen.